Hello everybody. In my previous video I did share about the information required, that is the measurements required to develop a bodice block front and back. I have also shared information in that video about the size of the paper that we need for the development of a block. In this video I will be sharing information about how to develop a front bodice block. So to develop a front bodice block, I'll take a pattern paper, and the size of this pattern paper, the length of this pattern paper, let this be 21 inches. So the length is 21 inches and the width of my paper is 23 inches as per the 21 inches as per the previous video. You would learn how to calculate this particular measurement. Okay, so after doing this, the next step would be that I draw a margin on the top side of my sheet. So this is done where I have 21 inches or 20 inches as the length of my paper. So what I have to do is I have to draw a line at a gap of 1 inch from the top side. This would be my guideline for the development of my block. After doing this, the next step would be that you fold the sheet. So what I have done is I have folded the sheet into half. So the length remains the same, but when I fold, the width becomes half. So here you can see that I have half the width that's there. Okay, that's been marked with AC. So what we'll do now is we will mark the point of intersection. I can show it here to you. The center point, the fold mark, let it be marked as A. Right? So after marking A here at the fold mark, what we have to do is we have to measure down for the length of the block. So what I have to do is from A, on this fold line, I have to go down and mark a point B. So I'll show it here to you that from A, I have moved down to B. So I have marked A, B as the length of my block. So, and this length is equal to 17.5 inches. So I'll just mark here AB is equal to 17.5 inches. And 17.5 inches is my front length. So whenever you develop a block, the very first thing that you do is you mark the maximum length of that block. After doing this, the next step would be to mark the width. So width would be again the maximum width of my front block, which is the front width, and that is 10 inches for size 34. So what I have done is I have marked A, C equal to 10 inches. I have written it here also 10 inches. And I have marked BD as 10 inches. So I have written it here as 10 inches for BD. After this, the next step would be to mark the center front length. See, up till now we have marked the maximum length of my block and the maximum width of my block. It is always important to mark firstly the maximum length and the maximum width, as then you get a rectangular block to develop the bodice. As a rule, the right side of the folded paper will be marked as front and the left side would be marked as back. So you can either write back completely or B for your reference right now, and on the other side you can write F for front. After doing this, the next step is to mark the center front length. According to the measurement chart that we followed for size 34, this is D to E, that is 14.5 inches. So you have to start marking from base. From D you will start marking up till E, and you will label this as DE, and the measurement is 14.5 inches. After you have marked 14.5 inches, the next step is to measure CE. So the whole length, CD length, was 17.5 inches. So the simple rule that can be followed here is that From 17 and a half, you can subtract 14 and a half inches. That comes out to be 3 inches. Or you can simply measure 3E directly from here, which is again 3 inches. So I'm writing 3 inches for your reference, whereas on a block we never write these measurements. So I'm writing down these measurements just for your reference purpose, so that you know that which measurement I'm talking about. After marking CE, the next step would be to mark the neck width. See, the neck depth, we know it is 3 inches. For neck width, the formula is neck depth minus 1 by 8 inches. So neck depth is 3 inches. So we would subtract 1 by 8 inches from 3 inches. So this is 2 points before 3. And this is my F point. Okay. So CF is CE minus 1 by 8 inches. Okay. After doing this, the next step is to square down F, square out E, and wherever they intersect, a rectangular block would be formed here, a framework, a base frame for the neck curve. So I'll do it here now. This can be done with the help of a broken line, or you can do a firm line also. There is no set rule behind it, but yes, a guideline is needed for the neck development. After doing this, with the help of a French curve, we will draw the neck curve. Again, as a rule, whenever you are developing a curve, you need to take care that your curve merges inside the point of intersection. So E is a point of intersection and F is a point of intersection. So wherever it intersects, we need to take care that it ends in a merging and not as a flat curve. So it is merging here at E, it is merging here at F also, right? After doing the neck curve, the next step is to locate the apex point. So for locating the apex point, what we do is we have the measurement D to E with us, that is 14 and a half inches. So what we do is we take half of this measurement. So half of 14 and a half is 7 1 by 4 inches. So I'm writing half of DE, right? And in our case it is 14 and a half inches, so that would be equal to 7 1 by 4 inches. Okay, so what I have to do now is from E I will measure 7 1 by 4, or from D I'll measure 7 1 by 4 and mark a point over there, because this is the center point. So wherever you measure it from, it will come equal. It will be equal from both the sides. So whether I say EG or GD, they're both equal. So I can say 7 1 by 4 is equal to EG, which is further equal to GD. Okay. After marking this point G, now I need to take the apex measurement. Apex measurement for size 34 is 3 by 4 inches. So I write down here G, and the next point will be H, which is equal to 3 by 4 inches. So with the help of my scale, I will measure 3 by 4 inches and mark a point. Just have to mark a point. You can draw a line also, and you can do it with a broken line as well. So what I'll do is I'll try and join G to H with the help of a broken line. Okay, and let me label this as H here. After marking H, the next step is to mark the same level at the waist. Okay, so this is my waist level. This BD is my waist level. So what I have to do is I have to measure again 3 by 4 inches from D, and I will mark this point as I. Okay, there are two ways of doing it. I'll explain both of them to you. Let me label this as I here. See, one is that you directly measure from D to I, and that is 3 by 4 inches. Okay. Or another method can be that you square out H. So you bring it down, and wherever it intersects with the BD line, this point will be labeled as I. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to join H to I with a straight line. So once I'm done with this, that is the joining of these lines together, the next step would be to mark the points for the dart. So what we'll do is, I will take the measurement for center front to princess line. For size 34, that measurement is 3 by 4 inches. So I have marked till I. So next point would be J. So I will mark it, I'll write it down here as DJ, which is equal to center front to princess line, which is further equal to 3 by 4 inches. So from D, I will measure 3 by 4 inches, and I will mark this point as J. Okay. What I have done is I have taken measurement of center front to princess line for size 34, and this measurement is 3 by 4 inches. So I have done the marking here from D to J as 3 by 4 inches. Now you can join H to J, and this will be a little slanting, a diagonal line would be formed here. Okay, so let me just adjust the camera first. Alright, so I am going to join H to J now with a line. Now I need to measure I and J. As a simple rule, because the DI measurement was 3 by 4 inches and DJ measurement is 3 by 4 inches, so this is 1 inch. Okay, or you can measure directly, this is 1 inch. So what I have to do is I have to mark 1 inch on the other side of I also, like this, and label this point as K. After marking K, join H to K with a diagonal line. Okay, so I'll put the scale here and join it. Alright, so after marking K, the next step is to mark the complete waist or the waistline. So what we'll do here is I'll do a little bit of rough work on the back side of my block to make you understand it in a better manner. See, what we have done is, this is my center front line, this is point D, this is J, this is K, and in the center I have I for the dart. Okay, so this is what I have done, and my block is, this is the width. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to mark the waist. Front waistline measurement for a size 34, front waistline measurement for a size 34 is 3 by 4 inches. And center front to princess line measurement is 3 by 4 inches. So to calculate the rest of the waist, what I need to do is I need to subtract 3 by 4 from 3 by 4. So when I subtract 3 by 4 from 3 by 4, what am I left with? I'm left with 4 inches. Okay, so what I have to do is from K, I will measure 4 inches, and wherever it falls, I label it as L. Okay, so what I have done is I have this measurement 3 by 4. I have the complete waist measurement as 6 3/4. So to calculate this rest of the amount, what I have done is I have subtracted this center front to princess line measurement from the frontal waistline measurement. So I am left with 4 inches here. Okay, so I'll move back to my pattern here now, and what I'll do is from K I will measure 4 inches and mark that point as L. So from here 4 inches and let this point be marked as L. After doing the marking for point L, the next step would be to mark the underarm seam. But before I do the underarm seam, let me make this fold line a little darker. Okay, so now I have made this AB line dark. Now next point that I need to mark is for the underarm seam. To mark the underarm seam, what I need to do is from L, I have to measure diagonally on the AB line, and wherever 8 inches fall, I'll mark a point M over there. Why 8 inches? Because 8 inches is the measurement for the underarm seam of a bodice block for size 34. So I'll place my scale like this, and wherever 8 inches come, I will mark that point as M. So we'll place it here like this. Anywhere around you can do it, from this side or that side, whatever's comfortable, and mark it as M. Okay, and now we need to join M to L with a line, straight line. This would be a little tilted line here. Now after drawing this line, that is L to M line, the next step is to mark or to develop the framework for the armhole curve. So what I'll do is I have to draw 2 perpendicular lines here, and the length of these 2 lines is 2.5 inches each. So what I'll do is I will measure 2.5 inches from this point M, but here perpendicular. I have to mark this perpendicular. Okay, so this is the guideline. I prefer doing a guideline with a broken line. So I'll label this as M1, and then I have another guideline here, again another perpendicular. I will be doing it with a broken line again, and I'll label it as M2. Okay, I've done the guidelines here, M1 and M2. After marking the guidelines, the next step is to mark shoulder to waistline or waistline to shoulder measurement. Now this measurement for size 34 is 14.7 by 8 inches. So it is 2 points before 15 on my scale. I'm marking 14.7 by 8. You have to mark from bottom to up. So this would be BN, not NB, but it would be marked as BN. In the similar manner as we did the center front measurement from D to E, 14.5 inches. So here you have to mark 14.7 by 8 inches as B to N. Okay. After doing this, the next step is to draw a guideline here. Again another guideline at a gap of 1/2 inch. And this is a shorter guideline, so I will make a firm line here and label it as N1. After marking N1, the next step is that we need to join N1 to F with a line. So we'll try and join N1 to F with a line here. Okay, just adjust it. So I have these points here, N1 and F. We'll join them both together like this. Okay. After marking N1 and F, The next step is to draw the shoulder measurement, to mark the shoulder measurement and draw the shoulder dart. So for that, see, I am here at the shoulder level. Okay, so I have F and N1 here. So what I'll do is I'll measure half the shoulder measurement from F. So shoulder measurement is 5 inches for size 34. So I'll take 2.5 inches from F and mark it as F1. Similar manner from N1, I'll take 2.5 inches and label it as O. Okay, so I'm doing it here for you. From F, I will measure 2.5 inches and mark it as F1. Okay, and from N1, I'll again measure 2.5 inches and I'll label it as O. This is O and this is F1. Okay, now after marking these 2 points, the next step is to join to join O and F1 with H. So I'll show you the dart here by doing a little bit of shifting in my camera. Alright. Okay, so let me first join O to H. H is the apex point, and then I'll join F1 to H. Okay, so I'll raise the camera and show you how it is. Right, so I have done the shoulder dart as well. We did the waist dart and now we did the shoulder dart. Now the next step is to do the armhole curve for front. So how do we do the armhole curve? We will be taking help of a French curve. This is a French curve. This you will be needing for the neckline curves and armhole curve. So my M1, M2 would act as my guidelines, and I will try and draw the curve keeping these guidelines in mind. Okay, and where I am intersecting at the M point, I'll try and take care that it merges in a bit. Okay, so it can happen in just one go. The curve can happen in just one go, or it might take 2 turns to do it. So here is my front bodice block almost ready. In my last video, I will be sharing information about how to true the darts. But as of now, this is the block that has all the markings done as per the need for size 34. I hope you like it. Thank you very much.